My name is Dr. Will Kirby. I'm a former Big Brother winner. I'm also a former jury member, and tonight you all will be debating the merits of the final 3 house guests.
Hurtful stuff. Paul just is very, very good strategically, and he could lie like no other. I wish I could lie like that.
Oh, he's the best liar in the world.
The best liar in the house.
I feel like Paul, he's crazy manipulative, great strategist. He played a great social game and great with the comp. So honestly, I feel like those are
Pretty
all
well-rounded player.
Very.
Guys, why should Paul win the game?
I mean, Paul's a veteran. He's a clever little player. He manipulated everybody, and he outsmarted everybody here. And if it's a game of outsmarting, I'd say Paul should definitely win.
To the final 3 without going on the block a single time. The only other player to ever do that is Derek.
But he had this game served up on a silver platter for him.
He was able to play with 3 weeks of safety unfettered.
But Paul eliminated the people that challenged him the most, that he feared their intelligence, that he was afraid could actually go after them.
That's the game!
You don't think that's impressive? He wanted everybody else to do the dirty work. But what he didn't account for was people in the jury house talking about, oh, you had a final 3 with him since week 3. So did we. It was just overplayed.
Paul, he won those vetoes and pulled himself down, but he did have Vic as a shield. Like, he was like a medium player. Like, he wasn't a big threat, but he wasn't like no threat.
I mean, I think Paul and Josh are both scum, but at least
Agreed.
Josh took action while Paul was behind a closed door being a wuss.
That's true. Even if he cried after the fact, he would say what he felt to your face.
He was on the block 6 times. He got off the block when he needed to by winning vetoes. He was cool with just about everybody, but then he wasn't afraid to speak his mind.
Here's the conflicting argument with Paul. There's Paul the person, and then there's Paul the player.
Right, yeah.
Paul the player is phenomenal. Nobody sitting up here can deny that. Paul the person, calling you a name, rubbing people the wrong way.
So he's what kind of person in real life?
Evil dick.
Obnoxious.
So he's obnoxious?
He's mean.
But he's admitted to
mean.
everybody that he's a...
He owns it. He does own it.
Does that absolve you?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Not at all.
Poor jury management?
Very poor jury management.
I think he overplayed. I think he abused relationships. He's trying to make it a personal attack by making sure that every player feels belittled by him. I think it's bad gameplay. He did things that were hurtful and crossed the line that I am determining as a jury member.
He overlied. It's uncalled for.
End of the day, he's played a great game, but words that have come out of his mouth are very unforgivable.
So if someone says something rude to you, you're not going to give them the money?
I am bitter towards Paul. I'm not going to deny that. But to turn our duos against each other, backstabbed us, lied to us, manipulated us, which some would say that's how you play Big Brother, and that's fine. But there's such a thing as bitter jurors, and I'm a bitter juror.
So there's a number of duos here on the stage tonight, and you all would have been in a final 3 with Paul, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You would have not been in a
Absolutely
final
not.
3 with Paul.
We realized that his real alliance is himself. It didn't matter who he backstabbed or who he lied on. He just executed whatever served Paul.
All right, Paul, Nicole, I am here with the jury, and in just a few moments, they will be voting for the person they want to see win Big Brother. But before they do, they have some questions for the 2 of you. Natalie, you're first.
Okay, here we go.
Then let us get started, shall we? Paul, Josh, I am here with the jury, and in just a few moments, they'll be voting for one of you to win Big Brother. But before they do, they've got some questions for the 2 of you. Elena, you're up first.
All right. Paul, as a jury, we believe that you are a very good Big Brother player, but that some of the things you said were vulgar and crossed the line. Why should I give you my vote when you didn't give me respect? Paul, some of us in the jury feel that you orchestrated and participated in bullying tactics in the house. Why was that necessary, and how did it serve your game?
was spicy. Guys, I hope you realize that the second I walked in this house, I was just as crazy as the way I'm gonna walk out of this house. So I can't hide my personality, I can't hide my craziness. It's nothing but love for you guys. Just having fun.
All right, thank you, Paul.
I definitely don't think that I was orchestrating bullying tactics. I definitely spoke up on behalf of a lot of people. Maybe people, what they didn't voice out publicly, they would tell me privately. And I felt like I was the one who had to mediate or speak on everybody's behalf. It wasn't something that I ever solely made on my decision. It was something that everybody, I think, took part of.
Thank you, Paul.
Paul, some of the jury think you're a great strategist, but I don't see it. Please tell me why I'm wrong.
6 times on the block and only 2 votes to evict, and I'm still in this chair. Always a bigger target in the house. That wasn't me. I think I'll take that.
Thank you, Paul. You're next.
Paul, in your last season, your gameplay was based on friendship. This season, why did you decide to go against that by creating friendships and alliances and then destroying them?
I don't necessarily think that I destroyed any friendships or alliances. I tried to get friendship with everybody in this house, but unfortunately, a lot of people either turned their back on me or I would find out we're having hypothetical conversations about getting me out. I tried to help everybody as much as I could, and I got people as far as I can, but maybe the misconception was that I would toss my game for somebody else's, and I never said that I would do that. I did help people where and when I could, but I would never toss my game or stretch my neck out in order for somebody else to just go over me.
Thank you, Paul.
Nicole, as a jury, we're having a hard time pinpointing the one move that should earn you the $500,000. What was that one move?
I would say that one move would have to be when I knew that it was 5 versus 2, the 2 being me and Corey. Natalie won HOH, and I had to convince her to put up 2 of her own allies, and then you got co-HOH. And I knew how you felt about me, so I had to go through Natalie and through Corey to get to you to make sure you put up Paul and Victor. And I would say that would be my move.
Josh, the jury doesn't feel you had a strategy in the game. Tell us why we're wrong and explain your biggest game move.
Well, big surprise to you guys and to Paul is that I'm actually a super fan, and I've been a super fan since I was 14 years old. And this is my biggest dream. I've envisioned myself since I was 14 in this position. My biggest move had to be the strategic gameplay, social game that I played. I aligned with the outsiders, aligned with Jason and Alex, which were the outsiders, and I aligned also with Christmas and Paul, which were in that 9-person alliance, which I knew was gonna break up. So Christmas was always giving me information, the pecking order you guys had, and I was keeping Jason and Alex calm because I knew that you guys were gonna end up splitting. Luckily to Cody, that happened on week 2. Also, my biggest move had to be getting rid of Alex, one of the strongest competitors, and it was extremely hard because she was one of my closest friends in the game. So it was extremely hard, but I knew that she knew the game as well as I did, and I had to get her out because if not, she would beat me in the end.
All right.
Nicole, why do you deserve to win the $500,000 over the person sitting next to you?
I think I deserve to win the $500,000 because I gave 100%, 1,000% of the time. I was constantly working day in, day out, and any negative, even being called a snake on day 1, I tried to turn that into something positive and use it as strategy. And coming in as a vet, people might think that's always an advantage. You guys knew my entire game. If you watch season 16, my whole game, how I acted under pressure, my strong suits was laid out for you. I had nothing to hide. And I feel like I gave it my all, and here I am.
Gosh, some in the jury feel that you played a bigger part in Paul's game than your own. Tell us why we're wrong.
I actually play my own game. Being in the business industry, one of the biggest tips that my dad gave me was always let your business partners and your people that you're doing business with feel like they have the control because they would want to invest more or they feel safer with you. I didn't want to oppose a threat, more of an ally, so I downplayed my intelligence and how smart I was and how much I knew the game. Paul was a great ally because I saw him last season and I knew that no matter what, he wasn't going to change how loyal he was. So I stuck to him and it worked.
Thank you, Josh. Jason, next question.
Paul, it seems like you made moves throughout the game with the goal of avoiding making enemies in the jury. Why unnecessarily lie to our faces days and hours before we were going to the jury? You had to have known that we would compare notes.
Of course, there were some points where I knew that certain things were going to happen, but at the same time, I did do and say everything that I was going to do. If I used the veto, I said I was going to use the veto. If I pulled someone off, I did pull someone off. But at the same time, certain people, you know, if the House wanted a certain target out and I was outnumbered, I couldn't necessarily help that individual. I still had friendship with that individual. I was still close to that individual. But if the entire House was against it and they were too afraid to make certain decisions on their own, I had to play my part and I had to act a certain role.
Paul, Nicole, I'm about to reveal the jury's votes. The winner will receive $500,000 and the runner-up, $50,000. I will pull the keys from the box, revealing whom each juror chose to win Big Brother. You will need at least 5 votes to win. Okay. Josh, I'm about to reveal the jury's votes. The winner will receive $500,000 and the runner-up, $50,000. I will pull the keys from the box, one at a time, revealing whom each juror chose to win Big Brother. You will need at least 5 votes to win. James has cast his vote for Paul to be the winner of Big Brother. Christmas cast her vote for Paul. Corey has cast his vote, no surprise here, for Nicole. Kevin has cast his vote for Paul to be the winner of Big Brother. Victor has cast his vote for Paul. 2 votes for Paul, 1 for Nicole. Alex has cast her vote for Josh. 2 votes Paul, 1 vote Josh. Natalie has cast for Nicole to be the winner of Big Brother. We are tied at 2 votes apiece. Raven's vote goes to Paul. 3 votes Paul, 1 vote Josh. Michelle's vote goes to Paul. 3 votes Paul, 2 for Nicole. Jason has cast his vote for Josh. Paulie has cast his vote for Nicole to be the winner of Big Brother, tied at 3 apiece. Matt has cast his vote for Paul. 4 votes Paul, 2 votes Josh. Bridget's vote goes to Paul. Mark has cast his vote for Josh to be the winner of Big Brother. Sakia has cast her vote for Nicole. We are tied at 4 votes for Nicole, 4 votes for Paul. Elena has cast her vote for Josh to be the winner of Big Brother. We have 4 votes for Paul, 4 votes for Josh, which means Davon's final vote decides it. He is the last vote. Congratulations, Nicole! You are the winner of Big Brother. Congratulations, Josh. You are the winner